Hello, good evening, and welcome to Pulse of the Week, the Friday edition. I'm excited to join you here on NSG News. My name is yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. This is your trusted source of information from the Republic of Ghana and from our Denta Amahia studios here in Accra, Ghana. Wherever you are watching us from, we are glad you have joined us. Today, from governance to election to politics, and to security, we are here to break it down for you on your trusted news source, Pulse of the Week. Once again, it's live on NSG News with yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. Just after this breather, I'll share with you our lineup for discussion. This is our lineup for discussion here on Pulse of the Week, live on NSG News with yours truly, Kofi Asante Mensah. President John Dramani Mahama has made it clear he will not seek a third term in office. What does this declaration mean for Ghana's political future, the NDC succession planning, and the broader debate about presidential term limits on the continent, especially here in Ghana? Our second issue for discussion this evening here on Pulse of the Week, we are taking good travel from Accra to the eastern region of the Republic of Ghana because of the by-election. In the eastern region, it's crunch time as the Akwatia by-election approaches. With only 3 days to go, the race between Solomon Asumadu of the New Patriotic Party and Bernard Bedu of the National Democratic Congress is heating up, and the grounds is very fatal. We'll be joined by some analysts to dig deep into it. Today, there was a 40-day or a 1-week celebration, and the chairperson of the ruling National Democratic Congress, Johnson Esidun Ketia, and his delegation nearly got attacked. Why is all of this? We'll take a good look at it here on Pulse of the Week on NSG News with Kofi Asante Mensah. We'll look at the NPP flag bearership battle or the flag bearership race, filing closest with 5 aspirants making it. We'll take a good look at it and look at the characters of these 5 personalities, diagnose it, analyze it, and examine it very well for your consumption. So please stay right there. When I come from this breather, I would introduce to you my special guests on Zoom for discussion this evening. All right, so welcome back. It's good to have you, Mr. Mussa Dankwah. Good evening, and how are you doing, sir?
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. Let's look into it. The very first one has to do with the tenure of office of John Dramani Mahama. He has explicitly said he is not contesting for the 2028 election. I know, and you are aware, the opposition New Patriotic Party have been quite frontal with this very issue. People say it's an agenda. They want it from the president's own mouth. Now he's made it clear. What's your reaction to this?
You know, we didn't have to hear from the president. There is no law in Ghana that permits him to run third term for now. So on what basis are they saying he wants to run third term? It's mere speculation. And we have not gotten to any point where we think, yeah, he can change the constitution to allow that. And indeed, to do that, you need to go to referendum. And Ghanaians are not going to entertain that kind of thing. No matter how well they think he's perceived or performed, I think we will maintain our integrity as true Democrats, people who want to follow the tenets of the constitution.
But wasn't it good? More because this is the gentleman who comes back into office and try to review the Constitution with the Constitutional Review Committee. He promised in opposition, campaigned with it. There were several groups demonstrating they wanted the Constitution changed. I remember lawyer, the gentleman who got that treason offense, got arrested at the airport, and he was leading the Fix the Country. Yes. Oliver, yes. They were all demonstrating. They want the constitution to be changed or reformed. He even talks about scrap it totally. Let's write a new constitution, etc. So John Mahama in opposition promises and comes into power, sets a committee, and Dr. H. Kwesi Prempeh is leading it. Isn't it quite worrying for an opposition New Patriotic Party to be thinking they are going to tamper with certain aspects of the constitution, especially the tenure of office?
Now, if you look at the person leading the committee, it is Professor H. Prempeh. No any other person than Professor H. Prempeh of CDD. I don't think he's going to make himself amiable to that kind of stuff. And look at those who are on the committee. They are not puppets of John Mahama. So that will not even come. And also, if you know John Mahama and who he is, I don't think he's going to entertain that at all. So for me, it was non-starter, not an issue at all. I didn't think it was going to even get to that point. No.
Wow. Now let's look at the future. Some school of thoughts indicates, it would be nice if John Mahama goes ahead for a third term in office. The way he has started, the first month, the first 3 months, the first 5 months, the first 6 months, the first 7, the first 8 months, John Mahama has stabilized the economy. Things are moving. You don't hear people crying, school feeding, people saying we can't get food to eat, etc. It looks like things are quite good. The exchange rate is also normalized. It has even not only stabilized, but has come down. And it's quite reduced, appreciating the dollar and all of this. So if he continues and performs very, very well, people say John Mahama can be our next Kwame Nkrumah, who can perform very well and take us out of poverty. So he can contest and even do some more terms in office, not just third term in office. Would you support this?
I wouldn't. And anybody who wants to perpetuate himself and stay in power is a bad leader. I mean, when he was a leader, he didn't train anybody to do what he's doing. So you should be able to mentor people who will take over from you. There's death. Someone can just suddenly fall and die. What happens? Look, nobody has got the monopoly of wisdom to run a country. Govern well, mentor people to emulate you, and then there will be leaders who will be like you and even better than you.
That's a good one. Now, let's talk about the ruling National Democratic Congress. What does this declaration mean to their succession plan, even as they prepare people? I know you have done some work around, and there were speculations about Esiedu Nketia and all of that. What do you think the succession plan for NDC should be?
Look, I've said this several times, that looking at the current trend and the demography of this country and the shape of this current government, it is more probable that the person who is going to lead the NDC in the future would come from the cabinet. 75% of the country is below 35 years. And we have seen other world leaders or other countries elect young leaders. And I believe Ghana will be heading towards that direction.
And who is this young leader in cabinet you're looking at?
No, there are several of them. If you look at the current polls that we are doing, Haruna Idris is polling very strongly in terms of the young leaders. You also have a Dankwah there, not doing bad at all. You also have Asante not doing bad at all. Indeed, if you look carefully in the data, if you sum the vote of these young people, it is well over 60%. It tells you where the country wants to go.
Wow. So Haruna, Dankwah, Atoforson, Kisela Atoforson. Wow. The UPSA man can't come back, eh? I've forgotten his name, Crapo.
Look, let me tell you. These Gen Z voters are not going to go backwards. Remember, I mentioned that 75% of Ghanaian voting population is below 35 years. So it's really difficult. And if you look at these young people, they have become the face of the NDC from 2017 to date. Haruna Idrisu, through the minority leadership he held, Atifosin ranking on the Finance Committee of Parliament. He became minority leader in 2023, and now finance minister on the top positions in government. They have become the usual faces of NDC leadership in this country. The country has come to know these faces. The old faces, they are struggling to remember them. Wow. So the dynamics have changed. The people who are voting are changed, or have changed. So we expect the young people to really tell us where they want to go. And we, the old ones, will follow them.
That's quite amazing. So you have a constitution that puts the age limit at 40. And,
yes.
That's quite okay. Ablakwa, Haruna, Atufosa.
They are all above 40.
They are all above 40, yeah. They are. Who would you put your penny on?
It's too early. I don't want to put my bet on anybody at this stage. I want them to have a healthy competition, even among the old ones, healthy competition, and let the delegates select the best one for them, and then we'll take it from there. But overall, I'm not pointing either A or B or C. I believe the country will go young direction.
Okay. You don't think we are ready for the first ever woman president in Ghana? Vice President Jinano Pokwajiman.
The reason why I haven't mentioned her name is because of health reasons. I don't believe she will be strong enough in 2029. At the moment, she's around 73 or 72. So I'm 73. If you add 3 years to her age at the time, she will be a lot older than Akufo-Addo when he became president. And I don't think we want to go that route.
Okay. Let's leave that one and move on to, but a quick one on that. There's 3 people you mentioned from the camp of the NDC youngsters, Haruna, Ablakwa, Atofosin. Who is more experienced, according to Mussa Dankwah?
I don't think it's going to be the experience per se,
okay,
that will win the day. It's about what they have brought to the table in the last maybe 10 years. What have you achieved?
The deliverables.
What is your absolutely? And people will remember what they've just done. People rose in ministers and even in the current dispensation. That is what they will run with, the record of their own record, because they can't run on the record of Muhammad. It's only when they have won to become flag bearers that they can run on the record of John Muhammad. But before they win to become NDC flag bearers, they must show their own record.
Let's talk about Akwetia. You are up with another poll, Mr. Mussa Dankwah. And within just a week or less than a week we spoke with you, we saw the NPP making a lot of headway. Now things have changed, or things have turned around. Some 53% for Bernard Asumedu, the NDC candidate. What really changed?
Bernard Beidu. Look, simple things have changed. Simple, very simple. I think people are struggling to understand the numbers. But the story lies in about 3 or so charts. One, look at MPP support in the area that Neskumi come from. Neskumi is from Wenchi, and Wenchi is the World Bank of MPP in Akwetia. In the last poll, the MPP candidate, Asumedu, was on 77%. This time, he has dropped to 49%. Something is happening there. We don't know the answers. I think MPP should know what is happening there. They should know. But it is highly unusual for you in your stronghold to drop from 77% to 49%. Something is happening in Wenchi. And then another data we looked at carefully is the proportion of people who voted for Neskumi in the last election and how many are still voting for MPP's candidate. Shockingly, 24% of people who voted for Neskumi in the last election are not voting for MPP's candidate. 24%. That is quite huge.
Very huge. Did they
It means
give you any reason?
no. And I think the reason MPP may know. What we've been told in the field is not official. We can't put that out in the media. But our people in the field were engaging people and they were telling them things. But because it wasn't part of our survey, we can't put that in the report. We know what they've been telling us. And then you look at the people who say they are MPP. 11% of MPP supporters are voting for NDC candidates. You can't win an election with a fragmented front. 11% of MPP are voting for NDC candidates. But only 3% of NDC are voting for MPP's candidate. So NDC has +8 advantage over cross-party vote. And remember, MPP won the seat with only 2,000 votes. 2,000 votes. So you just need a swing of 1,000 for it to be at par. And it's first past the post. So if you have gotten 24% of Kumi people saying that they're not going to vote for him, it means they're already out. So the data really speaks volume. And it's simply in the fact that MPP is divided in Akotia. Simple as that.
Now, let's interrogate the data a little more. So you have some 11%, yes, of MPP voting for NDC. Is this at a specific area or just general across board?
Across board, yes.
Okay, and some 3% of NDC voters are ready to vote for MPP.
Yes.
And NDC has some 8 in between. So 3 minus
11 is 8.
11 is 8. Wow.
So they have +8 advantage of people who have left MPP and they are voting for them.
Can something change?
2,000.
Okay, you were saying something.
I'm saying that will wipe out the entire 2,000 margin they had in the last election.
Wow. I was going to find out from you whether something can change. We just have, today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Some 3 days, because the D-Day is Tuesday, 2nd September. Within 3 days, can something really change to swing Solomon Asumedu to come power or move upward?
Look, the momentum is so far with the NDC candidate. In between the last poll and final poll, MPP improved or made gains in 7 electoral areas out of the 21. NDC made gains in 11 of the 21. So the momentum is not on MPP side. At the moment, they're on back foot. And the only candidate that I can see improving is Asumedu, is NDC's Bedu. Because if you look at the data, those who are undecided, they are mostly in MPP areas. And those who are undecided, we found them to be floating voters, not MPP voters. They are floating voters. Out of the 11% of people who said they are undecided, only 2% are MPP supporters. So if you said, okay, let's take the 2% out, that they will vote for MPP come what may, then you have 9% who are not MPP voters, who are floating voters, who are other party supporters, and those who are also people who don't tell you their party affiliation. These 9%, they don't normally vote for MPP, especially in the last 8 months or so. They normally vote for NDC because of their swing. They are not very partisan, so they look at things that are favorable and they vote that way. On that basis, it will be very difficult for MPP to win the election because they haven't got the numbers to win.
Wow. With this latest survey, what was the margin of error?
It's 2.7%.
Okay.
So if you add 2.7 to MDC's Bedu's 5.3, he gets 55.7. If you subtract, it still gets about 50%. So it means that the window for MPP to win is virtually shut.
Looks like impossible.
Because they have lost 24% of Kume's voters. And there are no new voters or people who didn't vote are not going to flock in your number to change the dynamics. Those who didn't vote in the last election, they have less motivation to do so now.
Okay.
So if you lose that 24% and you get new guys coming in to make up for the difference, then you could argue that you could make it up from new people who are coming in. But new people don't come in with the by-election. By-election generally have lower turnout.
I know you are not a security expert, but let me pick your thoughts on what happened today. And I think yesterday, the heat over there, the cross. We were trying to get Mary Asise, a reporter on the grounds, to give us the mental view of what really happened. But she sent us some pictures and videos and all of that. When NDC's chairperson, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, and his delegation were basically going for the 1 week or the 40-day celebration of Ernest Kumi, they were almost attacked. And looking at that with the press conferences as held by the NPP's communication director, Richard Ahiagba, and the claims that NDC is training tags somewhere, and the very latest one has to do with vote buying. I just heard that this evening. Putting everything together, what do you think is happening to the NPP, preventing people physically from going to share condolence or solidarize with people and all of that? Is it just because of election?
Generally, I don't like to comment on issues that are not number-based, but we should be tolerant of each other. This is democracy. Every person can go to any place, anywhere in Ghana here, and carry out his lawful business without fear of being attacked. I think we should not turn politics into this kind of activities. No, it's not worth it.
What would the one seat Akwetia make in Parliament for the opposition MPP?
Nothing. But
what would that once? Please come out.
Once you are building the party, you are trying to rebuild. What you want to see is that you are rebounding by winning a seat. To send a signal that yes, you are rebounding. So for them, it's about pride, whether they can be seen to be rebounding. And if they do so, then it will show that yes, they are united and they are rebounding. If for NDC, it makes absolutely no difference. But they want to have a bragging right that, even in your own backyard, we've taken the seat away from you. So for NDC, it's more like trying to prove that they're still popular.
And show that even 2024, they won it because they were in court, fighting in court over that 2,000 votes.
Good mind.
Well, so let's finish up with the New Patriotic Party flag bearership race. You've been observing and looking at this process for all this while. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia yesterday filed with Dr. Educhum, and the day before yesterday, 3 people, and I think 2, but 3 days before today, I think Kwamna J. Japan was the first to file. In all, we have 5 people. Let's look at this process. The speech or speeches they gave at the MPP headquarters as they filed. I think I have some of them. I would love to play them, but you have heard all of them. What do you make of it?
No, everybody submitting the forms want to show that he's popular, he has a message, he's the best to lead. That's what everybody would do. The decision first lies with the NEC, who will vet them and approve them. And I have no doubt that all of them will qualify for the next stage, approved to go to the next stage. And then it will be left in the hands of the delegate who will decide the fate of these guys. I believe all the race still can be won by effort of the various campaign. Baume is ahead, but it's not miles ahead. And then Kennedy, I think, is around 25% right now, which means he can fight for the undecided. And if he decides or he's able to, chip away some of the people who are voting for Bawumia, then we have a race. But if Bawumia is able to keep those numbers that he has, then it will be difficult to unseat him from where he is. But he's not far from the 50% plus one. Any slight movement against him could bring him to lower 50%. So everybody has a chance. But at the moment, I think Bawumia has the lead.
So Bawumia has the lead, and Ken is second.
Brian Champon is third. Edichum fourth.
Brian is third.
18% on this side. Fourth is Edichum.
Okay. And Kobide J. Japan?
It's near zero, so virtually call it zero.
Kwabena onjai mo nkobium. Mr. Mussa Dankwah, what do you think? He shouldn't be going.
I'm not the one to advise anyone.
I know, right? Now, let's look at the bigger picture. For me, it is certain the New Patriotic Party delegates would pick Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia will come up as the flag bearer of the opposition MPP by January or early February. What does a Bawumia ticket in this time bring to the New Patriotic Party, even as they push to win 2028 election?
It will be the same as he had in 2024. He's the same Bawumia. He hasn't achieved or accomplished much since he left office. So
he's the most prepared candidate in this race. Most prepared.
Because he has been the vice for Hamid for 8 years. So he knows the presidency better than anybody now.
But Kufuor wasn't a vice, but was able to win the 2000 election.
No, he didn't say that he's going to win. He said he's the best prepared.
Right.
So let's limit our discussion on best prepared. So he's campaigning on the fact that he's the best prepared. So give him the power. If he wins, he will be best prepared to lead the country. That's the argument he's making.
Yeah, you think there will be not much a difference between 2026 and 2028 to campaign, rebrand Bawumia for Ghanaians or the ordinary Ghanaian voter to purchase him, vote for him to become president of the Republic by 2029, January 7?
I have said that the only chance MPP would have if they have to win 2028 election is if Mahama messes up. If Mahama performs, MPP will not win 2028.
Could you throw more light on it? Because we say every party, you have 8 years. John Mahama has done 4 years, and he's coming back. He's doing another 4 years, 8 years for John Mahama. He's done. NDC can go. NPP can also come back.
Look, remember I've mentioned that Ghanaians are different today. 35% or 75% of the voters are below 35 years of age.
And you have Bawumia, who is quite younger.
It's not about your age. What have you delivered? What have you compared to years ago, what it is? If Ghanaians feel that Mahama has failed them, then NDC will lose the election.
But he hasn't been president. Bawumia hasn't been president. He was just a driver's mate.
He's going to run. He made that argument and it didn't work. Why do you think it will work again this time? So that argument he used was actually rejected by the people. I'll be surprised and shocked if he goes back on the same tangent.
But he would campaign on the deliverables of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, right?
And again, Ghanaians will compare that record against what Mahama may have accomplished.
John Mahama says this is his legacy term. That's what he has christened this 4 years. Already he has done 8 months, and he has some 3 years and some few months to go. You perceive John Mahama could perform much better than the first 4 years of John Mahama that we saw?
See, I don't want to veer into political commentary to come across as a puppet of somebody. But if what he's doing continues like that, then certainly he's going to outperform, beat expectations. Because I can see the polling data right now. About 70% of Ghanaians approve of the way he's doing his job. 72% or so are saying Ghana is heading in the right direction. People are saying that the economic condition has improved dramatically. That's what Ghanaians want.
Could you take those figures again, please?
About 70% of voters approve of his performance as president. Another 72% are saying that the country is now headed in the right direction. 72%. You have majority of voters around 60%. 62% are saying that their living condition has improved compared to last year. You have a big number of people saying corruption has reduced in their perception.
Okay. So if he continues on this tangent, his party, I must say, he may not contest, but his party may be considered.
Will win the election 2028.
Will win.
Yes.
Of course, and that's why we hear from the chairman of the NDC, Johnson Esedun Ketian, whenever this 2028, who is he going, is somebody coming, then he would always say, let's first support John Mahama to deliver.
Yes, because that's the only vehicle they have to win in the 2028 elections.
All right. And maybe we would have to end it here. I don't know if you have something more to share with us before you take leave of us, sir.
No.
Thank you very much. A pleasure always coming on our network to educate us and give us the numbers. And I'm sure maybe before we host the shows on Wednesdays and Fridays, before we speak to you on Wednesday, we would be done with Akwetia. We'll come back here to analyze and look at all the figures as you have pulled.
Definitely. It will be interesting to review the numbers. Fingers crossed.
Thank you very much. All right. You have a great Friday evening. His name is Mr. Mussa Dankwah, Global Info Analytics Executive Director. He's a poster, and he is the Global Info Analytics Executive Director. When I return, we have more for you. Please stay right there with me.
Distributed to the various centers, election centers, and the various areas, most of them on the roadside, just to monitor persons traveling in and out of the town. And recently, 10 people has been arrested with guns and alleged bombs in their cars, and investigation has been going on just to monitor safety and security in the community.
That's very good. Thank you very much, Mary. But talk to me. Today, was it today or yesterday? There was a vigil, and there was some 1 week or 40-day celebration of the former MP who passed on, Ernest Kumi. Which of the day? Is it today, Friday, or yesterday?
It was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday.
How was that event?
Yeah, actually, a vigil was passed to commemorate him for his good works. And aside that, the citizens of Wenchi and Akwetia were advised to take pains in a good measure so that things doesn't go out, and put in the good measures as per the EC's and the security personnel's instruction. No one is to misbehave. Otherwise, the law is going to deal with you in any way possible it can. Yeah.
That's very good. Now, talk to me about that 1 week celebration where the NDC chairman Johnson Sedun Ketia and his delegation, I understand they were almost attacked by NPP, aggrieved NPP members who were saying they don't want NDC people to be a part of the 1 week or the 40-day celebration. So they were almost attacked.
Yeah, it's true. But everything comes along with safety and security. Okay. Though they were, but the security personnel put in their maximum best to secure that nothing bad happens to them. And believe me, their engagement with the people was very successful, and there wasn't any misunderstanding, and everything went well. Citizens were being advised and given good advice that they shouldn't misbehave. They should just keep calm, and everything is going to be arranged and managed into their rightful position.
That's very good. Thank you very much, Mary. Now let's do a little bit of survey. You are there. You've been traveling around and living in Akwatia for all this time. And what are you hearing on the street? And who do you think people are, for want of a better expression, they want to vote for come 2nd of September? Or who is going to win per what you are hearing on the streets?
Pertaining campaigns from both the political parties. MPP has been doing their campaign door to door, and as well as the NDC, they have been doing their campaign door to door. And summarizing everything, I think the people of Akwatia are really, really interested in Asumedu, popularly known as Owo, as their candidate for Akwatia.
That's the NPP candidate.
Yes. Francis Asumedu. I think most of them would like to vote for him. Yeah.
Okay, so
they have been doing underground campaign, and believe me, it has been going on well, based on supporters, how they are supporting, and how they are putting in their maximum efforts to go around doing campaign for him.
Who are the big
engagements of the district chief executive with the NDC candidates who is yet to be voted in for the parliamentary position in Akwatia, with other various dignitaries who were assisted. And his engagement with teachers from the district has been a very good one. They advise the citizens to be very calm, and yet rally that they would be happy if the teachers would mostly vote for them, call on their children, their grandchildren, other people they know to vote for them, that they will be campaigning for, because they are willing to give in everything to see to the improvement of Akwatia. And I think that was a great thing to do. But both political parties are performing very well through their campaign activities and other improvements. Yeah, they are doing really well.
All right, so I noticed from the camp of the ruling National Democratic Congress NDC, some big wigs are there, including the chairman, even the chief of staff, and a couple of other big wigs have been around. Who are the big wigs for the NPP? Who are those coming there? Has Kennedy Japan been there? Baumia, has it been there? And the organizer, Nana B, and the secretary, and all of that. Have they been around?
Most of them has been for the National Democratic Congress, and some of the big wins for the New Patriotic Party too has arrived. Yesterday was a meeting, engagement with the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, which is General Sedun Ketia. And it was very interesting. And other dignitaries also arrived, encouraging the people of Akwitia just to be vigilant. That was from the the National Democratic Congress.
All right. So are people going about their duties without any fear, or the presence of police is quite scary? What are you picking on the ground?
Actually, the presence of the police or the security personnel hasn't been quite scary. I think it has been very good because most of the people has been put into their rightful position, pertaining how the youth especially moves around in town, smoking and doing all other sorts of inevitable acts. I think it has really helped the people of Akwitia a lot. It's not
All
quite
right.
scary. It's very good. It has been an improvement in Akwitia City. Yeah.
All right. We're going to join you there in Akwetia. We'll be doing the show live from there within next week. So don't worry, we'll join you and we'll do a lot of work,
All
okay?
right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mary. Most welcome, Mary.
You're welcome.
So, right,
Okay.
that is our reporter, Mary, as I say, all the way in Akwetia in the eastern region of the Republic of Ghana. That is a diamond-rich constituency. And for me, it's a swing constituency. And NDC wins it, NPP wins it. And I remember Baba Jamal in my days at Eastern Region, working as a media personnel over there. I engaged Baba Jamal quite a lot, and he was the MP for Akwetia. So it's a diamond-rich constituency, and we'll be there to take a good look at what happens by way of the by-election on the 2nd of September. And when I return, we'll be wrapping up the show today, Friday. And Kofi kind of say bojaye. So we'll do it for us. We enter into the weekends and we'll see. So just stay right there with me. When I return, we'll wrap up. All right, so you welcome back, and it's still Pulse of the Week, and this is how we wrap the show up for today. It's been quite engaging and quite good watching and listening and hosting and all of that. Today, from John Dramani Mahama, a tenure of office, and we engaged how the Akwetia showdown would also be. We also monitored and observed reasons behind Bawumia being chosen as the leader of the opposition New Patriotic Party, and whether or not there will be good numbers to follow Kennedy Pond, and party unity is also key. Right, so this has been our show for today. This is Pulse of the Week, and my name is Kofi Asante Mensah. And on behalf of the production team, our executive producer, and everybody, we thank you for watching, and we'll meet again. Have a blessed evening.